Jawad. So with the family case, we couldn't stop these people. My grandmother being a corrupted, wicked woman in Karachi, but when she came to Dubai, she couldn't do what we stayed away. My mother kept us away from them. So this is a family and friend case. Shanaz, how these miscreants have worked to destroy my mother's family and me. Uh, so this Shanaz is from, actually, she is. We've known her father since a long time because her father is from my father's community, living in Karachi. They were for the longest time like my father. And my father doesn't live in the UAE, but comes here, although an Emarati, right? So you can check Lowatis on Wikipedia. Who are these Lowatis? They were Hyderabadis, and now they came to UAE and mostly concentrated in Oman, Muscat, Sor. So now this Muhammad Jawad's daughter and her mother's Irani, Tehrani, they came in 1980, marrying the brothers of my father, two of them, two sisters they've taken. Um, then one got divorced later and took the furniture and of the house furniture, and she ran away. I mean, she was in Dubai working in a bank. Roya Jawad is her name. So, and we could not take. I don't know how to stop these people. They have all the information about us because my father gives his brothers information. There, how many times he's married and all this. So when they come, the wives of the brothers, they you know, start their mischief on me by telling me the secret that my father's married or something, whatever they can get their hands on against me. And this Shanaz and Naeem, Shanaz is their third sister, and she's in America. She eloped with a Pakistani Naeem. She didn't, perhaps she didn't want to get married to Sabah Sajwani, my cousin. So, oh God. In 1986, 85, 86, somewhere, she eloped. But I think they've been after me since 1981. Um, well, we went to London. When she got married, her husband was trying to work out somehow. I don't know what it was, but it took a year for her because the UAE people don't need a visa for London. So when she was there and we started going back to our house, and now she was there, she gave us a lot of problems. Now these family cases, this I feel these people have been working and they have resources and they have the time to destroy people's houses. I know it's. I remember, like someone like Sanjay Sanatan, sorry, asked about these Amina Sardar and all this again. So I would say that small people. I would give this quote: "Small people talk about discuss people. Small minds, small minds discuss people. Great minds discuss ideas, and even greater minds." Overall, looking for, I guess, I hope, uh, spiritual freedom, spirituality, and everything they consider. So thank God I'm in that category. But however, I've been pulled down and working through my lower system, lower, higher. Uh, my it's so I used to say, rise above these petty things, but they came in our house through like sending spies and taking my aunt, bribing her. So she got married to this man, Shabir, Pakistani, Kashmiri, and he is related to Nawaz Sharif. And Nawaz Sharif also has companies here in Dubai, you know. So um, from I think the Shanaz from both sides, Naeem side, uh, she has a quite a influence. How to stop these people is what. And her mother had threatened me indirectly when I hadn't done anything. They were the miscreants, mischief makers, jealous of us. Her sister, she didn't want us to go to London for vacations now that we were going to London and all this. They are not caring for anyone. They're not, they weren't like my mother, caring and all this. They just are very selfish people for themselves. And they love money and all this. And they like to destroy people's houses. So she's in USA. Then they went, I was told, by her relative, who was my friend. Then they went to, and I wasn't even like, who cares? If So I was given a call that Shanaz भाग गई है नईम के साथ. So I said, oh, okay. Uh, you know, and so I don't talk about people, but my friend knew because sometimes, very rarely, uh, with a cousin also, I wouldn't discuss these people. You see, so and for example, like these. Anyways, that's a long story. So um, if even my own brother would say that you are one of the best Iranis, uh, you know, I would my mouth open. So, but I wouldn't tell my brother that. Oh, going home. They talk about people and gossip and all this. I heard from their mates and all. Even on the clothes of the people they love. But this kind of this is okay. Like I would avoid such junk, rubbish, garbage. But the thing is that they've been coming after me, and they use people. I can their father, Muhammad Jawad, is a good friend of this Sharjah Stadium owner, Bukhatir, right? He's from Sharjah. So is my great grandfather, and so my passport is from Sharjah, UAE. So they take favors and all this, and my great grandfather would not take favors from the any. We were told. So in this way, at least whatever they were, but my great grandfather and his wife, my great grandmother, they were very good people. At least my great grandmother was from Sharjah, and she was a great lady, thank God. But then we lost our great grandfather, and she used to be alone. And so with her daughter-in-law, was a wicked woman. And so they took these, okay, back to these Irani, Emarati. Um, what I feel is that they did some mischief to get me out of Karachi American School, or it was my father, or it was them. I, I can't say, but I suspect these people also. She had an aunt, Shanaz, and these Homa Roya people. They had an aunt who is she's in United States. She came for the wedding, and so I don't know her high post, her husband or something, right, in America. And then Matthew came in Karachi American School, and he was of a high post, and they were breaking laws, rules of the school. He was in high school, I was in elementary, and so maybe like that, getting together with Americans. This person tried to and finally succeeded in getting me out of Karachi American School and wrecking my relationship with Mr. Sa. They are like that, and I feel like this should not happen. And since whatever personal family problem, we couldn't solve it. There was no one to. If you went to the eldest uncle, yeah, he'd say something like because his son were really crazy after these beautiful, they thought, huh? So, and there's no one to stop them, like not even the father. You cannot imagine cleavages and she's looking down. Okay, I mean, in Karachi American School, I wore shorts and we used to wear shorts and things, t-shirts and all. But I mean, there's a way of dressing up. Whatever you can go out naked, but like I wouldn't say anything. It was really weird. Like she would take me, Shanaz, to the bathroom to check herself. Thank God I didn't develop this bad habit of looking at myself in the mirror all the time. And going to the bathroom wherever in weddings, and she would take me and you check her hair and this and yeah, all this nakhras. But that's not the only thing. The thing is that very serious thing. They're they're doing black magic. They did. Her mother, Masuma, had threatened. She went to a friend and she said that she's trying to find a black magician, sorcerer, to do black magic on me. And then something really strange happened to me. I became extremely restless and went to Miss Desar's place and I said, I'm scared and all this. And she's got a now, she's eloped. It's been since 1986 or 87. I found out, I received a call saying that Shanaz has run away with Naeen. So they are working against me, maybe using, Pakistani's name. I don't know which family, but recently asked a friend who's their relative, and she said that was a Punjabi, is a Punjabi. So from Punjabi and listening to Arif Ajaki, I couldn't. I stopped. He's also that poor man. Uh, Goodness, the amount of corruption. I mean, Bedardi. The way the Pakistanis they do things, right? Terrible. Uh, and police officers, like when he said that for transfer, what they do is they go to these poor places and then they do zulm on them and then God knows what. I mean, this was terrible. तो बड़े बेदर्दी से मार खत्म करते हैं ये लोग. Ruthless people. And there's no one, I don't think, here. Um, yeah. So I kept away from Arabs and all because this about the child jockeys and all, I had heard. But we kept quiet because the Emaratis, they're happy with the sheikhdom and the sheikhs and all this. So what I have no, why should I uh, interfere in anything? Right? It's not my child. It's not your child. So I mean, so I don't think I'm going to get help here. In fact, calling the police would be hazardous. There was this man who came. He had a new man, and he stepped into my apartment, and then he stepped out. Like I looked at him, and he said something like, "Has this cleaner come and all this?" So after having called the police, this happened. I said, "I haven't had a cleaner, a man cleaner coming into my apartment cleaning." So he spoke in Urdu, so perhaps they have employed someone here. So, when I went to the police's website, I gave my location, right? And so they will be harassing me like this here. Um, or the building, and well, so I didn't want. What can I do about, like, the world? They run the world, right? The sheikhs and all this, and the Emiratis are happy. बाप बड़ा ना भैया, सबसे बड़ा रुपया. So money works and resources and wastas work. If you don't have a wasta, the police will not listen to you. Here, and the amount of so I just before going to sleep, I just saw this video. I have a headache now, so the child jockey. Now, how stupid can I be, right? No Arab is going to have any feelings. Oh my God, this is like. So, anyways, uh, let the Arabs do their thing because we are very. I was just going to lose my mind. Uh, you see, we can't say anything. So I remained with my mother, thank God, in Karachi. But Karachi, this name and all, they have influence in Karachi. ये समझते हैं इतना करप्शन है पाकिस्तान में कि ये मिसक्रिएंट्स को तो और भी होता है और पता नहीं किसी I would not appeal to any sheikh or anyone, but my father had a friend, an Arab, who worked in the UAE consulate. Uh, So he was the general manager there. He was a good person, but we cannot, I cannot, he's my father's friend. So Pakistan is a jungle, you see, and only the strongest survive. There who take bribes and all this. You see, if you listen to Arif Ajakia, I mean, so the sheikhs and all here, they just give a lot of opportunities, money. It was a business hub. About human rights, I was told not to talk anything against the sheikhs or UAE or anything. And it won't even help. Um, it will just get me into more trouble. So there's nothing we can do about this. The only thing is that I can just show a little video of it. Ooh, I'm having regression problems. And yeah, my head is cracked, so there are not positive things coming, negative words coming. So I might abuse, right? So I better not. I'm already in a nervous shock, a nervous breakdown situation. अच्छा अब मरना ही है तो मरते मरते कुछ कर दें तो ये एक तो आप आरिफ अजाकिया के पास जाएं अगर पॉलिटिकली कुछ बात करनी है बिकॉज ही इज अ एक्टिविस्ट आल्सो ही कैन गो you know he can help out get involved, like have an organization group where we can, they can, because as an Emarati, I'm not allowed these things, right? I can not even go to the United Nations and complain. The cover up has come, as I was thinking. United Nations has given an Emarati good behavior recently, Charter of Good Behavior. So, I mean, the height of you see, इधर अरब्स को हम तो कुछ बोल नहीं सकते हैं मरना है क्या अगर मरना है तो फिर कुछ बोल दो राइट क्या करें कुछ बोल नहीं सकते हैं अरब्स को So I wanted to appeal to the United Nations against UAE. Something funny here. मुझे groping or molestation कर रहे हैं and they've enforced this. तभी क्या करें child jockey 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 नहीं है sorry मैं उर्दू मैं शायद law in the UAE it is terrible. You don't want to see this, right? I mean कौन ऐसा करेगा तो वो यूनाइटेड नेशंस भी नहीं कर सकते ना कुछ वो तो उनको पैसे दो अमेरिका को पैसे चाहिए जैसे इमरान खान ने अभी कहा नहीं अमेरिका पैसे दे रही है इमरान खान ने कहा सॉरी अमेरिका पैसे दे रही है मिलिट्री आर्मी पाकिस्तान में दे आर बाइंग the child jockey in the UAE. This is in Dubai, UAE. This is like terrible, right? Campaigners. The UAE banned under 18 from, well, little bit has happened here, thank God. I, you see, if I abuse now, I'm not well. अच्छा और फिर ये भी है ना so I wasn't going to come here. अच्छा कराची में वो पाकिस्तान उधर वो कुछ इनके फादर शहनाज के फादर शेखों को जानते हैं ना तो हमारे अगेंस्ट authorities crack down on child Gulf music. Oops. So maybe they'll charge me for something coming here. They'll say that I've come in porn. तो ये अरब भी बड़े जालिम हैं लेकिन वो तो सही है हम तो बचपन से जानते थे कि बहुत जाहलत है हम क्या कर सकते हैं लेकिन इमाराती खुश हैं वो पैसे मिल रहे हैं ये वो इनके पास ऑयल है और अब हम क्या कर सकते हैं कुछ नहीं कर सकते इंडिया तो बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं कर सकता अगेंस्ट दिस So just looking for my glasses. तो ये घरों को बर्बाद कर रहे हैं. You see, we will not allow any camel owner to join the coming race season if his jockeys do not have such cards. We are very serious about this. The cabinet decision is clear and definite, and there are strict instructions to this effect by Sheikh Hamdan bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Camel races among the most popular sports. तो ये इनका वो था पता नहीं शेख हमदान has taken action, has accepted the appeals 15 years or more. तो हम कुछ कह नहीं सकते थे because Emaratis are happy with this. So let's see what Sheikh Hamdan has to say. In recent statements, Sheikh Hamdan said all ये शेख जायद के बेटे हैं. All owners of camel race stables will be responsible. चलें शुक्र है कि शेख हमदान ने एक्शन सुना, अपील सुनी है ह्यूमन राइट्स की. थैंक गॉड. कौन मोरे. So I didn't see this actually. I was just searching on YouTube. So now this was in year Sheikh Hamdan has taken action in year 2003. लेकिन ये 15 years or more medically fit and have a valid UAE residence visa. तो ये अबू धाबी के साइड के शेख हैं. इनके ब्रदर अभी प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ यूएई बन गए हैं. So thank God for this. At least a little bit, sorry. Okay, we'll get out of here. Thank God. किसी ने सुना. So the video is very on YouTube. It's outrageously. I thought that no one would listen. Although it says now the UAE has 15, but the those human rights people, they could not show them. So we don't know who is what the truth is behind all this. They could not show the children whether they were 15. There's a video on YouTube. We don't know who is telling the truth or who is lying. So जब ये बस अब वो आ गया ब्लड में ना कि जुल्म करना और अपने पास टाइम के लिए for their own pastime they use this children they get from Bangladesh and third world countries, Pakistan and all, kidnapping them also. Kaun more more. And this will go on, I guess. We are told by Gulf News that Sheikh Hamdan has listened, but God only knows what the truth is and who is God. So, बहुत जालिम लोग हैं और इनको ये शहनाज वहनाज, you know, her youngest sister was here and people are coming to me on Facebook from America, Pakistani, Mickey Malik and all this. तो ये कहीं शहनाज. Listen, I'm not, my mother got married when she was 13 years old. She thought she didn't even know which brother she was going to get married to because there were five. And she thought she was getting married to the younger brother, Kamal, my father's younger brother. And at that time, these Arabs were in, even Hyderabadi Loatis were in Karachi. And she wasn't after money or anything. She just loved Pakistan a lot. So, लेकिन पाकिस्तान में मेरी माँ की दुआ कि पाकिस्तान आबाद हो, कितनों की दुआ है और कितनों की आहें हैं साइज, कितने लोगों को लूटा है, कितने घरों को तोड़ा है, डैमेज किया है. So, बस ये इनका काम है ना. और इधर भी ये शहनाज की माँ आई थी, लेटर ऑन दुबई सेटल हो गई है, घर वर बना रही थी और ये अपनी बेटी को भेज रही थी prostitution में. तो अगर ये लाइक मिक्की मलिक, आई थिंक, एंड दे आर वेरी अनस्टॉपेबल, बहुत वो हैं, लाइक स्टबर्नली, बहुत स्पॉइल्ड ब्रैट्स है ना ये पाकिस्तानी बड़े मिनिस्टर्स के बेटे. आपने देखा नवाज शरीफ के बेटे क्या, कुछ ऐसा था कुछ इनके बारे में. लंदन में भी इन्होंने पता नहीं क्या किया है, मिसबिहेवियर, स्पॉइल्ड ब्रैट्स. या पता नहीं मरियम के बेटे या नवाज शरीफ के बेटे. मरियम शरीफ, नवाज शरीफ की बेटी. ओह, सो नवाज शरीफ ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन ऑल्सो. तो ये बड़े बड़े यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में जाते हैं और देखिए अब ना जमाइमा का कोई सुन रहा है, ना इन पे कोई एक्शन लिया इन्होंने. पाकिस्तानीज़ आर हेड टू डू करप्टेड, बेदर्दी से एक दूसरे के घर तोड़ रहे हैं. अच्छा, वो हुमा बेगम, इकबाल की वाइफ, माय हम लोगों को नहीं चाह रही थी कि लंदन आए, तो उनकी शैतान अल्लाह ने उनकी दुआ सुन ली. I don't know how. So, my mother went insane and so she couldn't travel anymore. ऐसा कि वो, अच्छा फिर पता चला कि गोलियाँ, her psychiatric stock medication, हुमा बेगम, Iqbal's wife, was throwing away. आती थी उधर, मेरा भी लगेज रैंसैक कर लिया. और फिर मुझे पता है कि वो थी, कि वो देख रही थी कि अपनी बहन को क्या भेजे. whatever I'm buying, my little accessories, bags, ऊपर नीचे पूरा कर दिया. Like, from London, when we get the bags and well folded clothes, and then I have just well folded clothes and accessories in the little bags put. And when I came back, I went out one day. When I came back and opened my suitcase, it was all like mumble jumble. ऐसे jealous, ऐसे miscreants हैं कि और फिर शहनाज ने नईम से शादी की है ना, और नईम और पता नहीं क्या है, पंजाबन है. तो ये तो दुनिया की बका, ये तो अपने फैमिली, ये तो वर्स आ गया ना. Like, okay, my grandmother, not okay, but the worst thing came later on in 1980. तो जो भी Arabs इनको हेल्प कर रहे हैं because they have their beauty or something, right? वो तो बुढ़े हो गए हैं, फिर भी इनके एक्स हस्बैंड के, she got divorced from Muhammad Jawad. So sorry, I don't like talking about people because they say that small, but I have to take this action. This needs to stop. Uh, I'm not relying on uh, UAE for helping me, Sheikh sir, because इतने सालों से चाल जॉकी मेरा क्या सुनेंगे, बल्कि मुझ पे ही आ जाएगा केस। ये लोग मुझे ही ट्रैप करेंगे। आई फील ट्रैप्ड इन दुबई एंड आई वांट टू लीव, but where to go? मुझे एक मेरे फ्रेंड ने कहा था कि पोर्चुगल आना, I will take care of you and all this. Very great friend of mine, and वो उधर था। तो अभी मुझे याद आ रहा है पोर्चुगल। तो ये जब मेरी फैमिली बहुत वो है, even the friend was like quite careless. ये लोग शादियों में जाना, लेकिन किसी का घर बर्बाद होता है, ये लोग कभी आएंगे नहीं ऐसे। uh, so very like gossip mongers and all this, और ऊपर से like very careless, very covert narcissist है। Help! तो इधर भी हैं, इधर ये एक्स मुस्लिम्स भी बड़ा प्रॉब्लम खड़ा कर दिया इन्होंने अगेंस्ट हिंदूज एंड ऑल दिस। गुलजार एलिया यूट्यूब पे, चीपस्टर्स, एडम सीकर, एक्स मुस्लिम, पाकिस्तानी, पंजाबी, अ, ये लोग हैं ऐसे। अभी क्या कर सकते हैं, हारिस सुल्तान। तो इनका really Amina Sardar, if I was well, I would just be away, but one should take some action against these people now. You see, Britain also doesn't take action. Why? Against those Pakistani Muslims. Britain, अच्छा अभी किसी parliament, तो please take action against Pakistani Muslims in Britain. So someone has like from Arif Ajakia sir, भाई मेरे बहुत अच्छे हैं, थैंक गॉड। ही सेज मैंने खाया नहीं है किसी का, आई डोंट गो ऑन bribes, and I was crying with him. I felt like crying like when he was talking about his, I said same with us, like my mother, खोजा सिंधी, और ये इस साइड से ये लोग शहनाज लोग एमिरेट्स के है ना। तो पैसा बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है ना, बाप बड़ा ना भैया, सबसे बड़ा रुपया। नाउ आई डोंट नो हाउ टू टेक एक्शन, प्रॉपर एक्शन। मेरा दिमाग ख़राब कर दिया है। अटैक्स हो रहे हैं, मैं कभी गाली दे दूँ, इधर ये लोग फाइन कर दें, मैं पंजाबी, आई एम मेस्ड अप, तो मैं तो ये कहेंगे मुझे कि तुम दिखता तो ऐसा है कि आई एम द मिसबिहेव डूइंग, आई एम नॉट प्रॉपरली एबल टू टेक एक्शन। तो गुलजार एलिया ने मुझ पे इल्ज़ाम लगा लिया, तो वो तो अपने ऊपर बहुत बेचारा रोता है कि मेरी तबीयत ठीक नहीं है। तो वो जाने कि दूसरे की भी तबीयत ठीक नहीं है। पंजाबी है, क्या है, ये पंजाबी का एक वो बन गया है फ़ोर्स यूट्यूब पे, और इनमें एक स्टैमिना है ज़ुल्म और डिसीव करने में। ये पाकिस्तानी, मेरा बाप भी कहता था कि सबसे अय्यार लोग पाकिस्तानी हैं, ज़ालिम लोग अरब हैं, और अय्यार कनिंग वे में, लाइक सॉरी कह देंगे हाथ लगा के, लेकिन हाथ ज़रूर लगाएँगे। अब जो गुस्से में आ गया, तो हियर दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू अरब जैसे हैं, यू सी। वो टैक्सी ड्राइवर जो कोवर्टली बात करता है ना, गैस लाइटर्स हैं और ऐसे, कि क्यों ये क्या है स्मेल, मैकडॉनल्ड्स फास्ट फूड टेक अवे। और फिर हमें इधर कस्टमर्स, इधर के लोग बड़े जालिम हैं ना. Even foreigners, he says, like customers, foreign customers are spoiled. Like, what's this in the taxi smell? Food. अरे just open the, कितना देर लगता है ना. अगर आपको इतना ही वो है कि स्मेल आ रही है तो एक आपको टैक्स आरटीए एयर फ्रेशनर दे दे. So what was I looking for now? Uh, what else is there? So how do we take action against these evil people? Uh, अच्छा ये मुझे ऐसे लोग नहीं चाहिए प्लीज़. सनातन संजय की तरह जो लोग मुझे रिमाइंड करें क्या है, सच वाला को जॉइन करें और इधर जाएं. आई हैव अ केस, व्हाई शुड आई गो टू अमीना सरदार. तो ये स्मॉल माइंड्स टॉक अबाउट स्मॉल माइंड. मुझे तो मुझे पता है इनकी माँ ने थ्रेटन किया था. मैंने कहा ग्लोरी बी टू गॉड, जादू वादू क्या है, राइट. लेकिन फिर मुझे पता चला इन ईयर 2000, जब मुझे नो नो इन 1997, मैं तो जादू वादू में तो थी नहीं, मैं तो नज़र में भी नहीं थी. आई वाज लाइक दिस इज ऑल. And my father's backing is not there because he started to tell me over the phone that, people think that I would be affected by what there was a family problem too. And I've seen that in Pakistan it is rampant now. It's not only in my family, my mother's family, but others have told me about Jadoo, and they went to a Shia Sayyid and he embezzled them. और ऐसा शक तो सबको होता है. पाकिस्तान में बड़ा वो रैम्पेंट है ये. तो मेरे फादर जो है ना वो खाली मेरी माँ की फैमिली को करते हैं. तो अभी एक वर्ड आ रहा है हरामी. उप्स. मेरे फादर बहुत हरामी हैं अपनी माँ की तरह. तो वो ना गैस है कि मेरी माँ की फैमिली नीचे हो जाए. Because मेरी माँ, my mother's, he told me, that my father, my grandfather, he was in race course. So he told me that my mother's father would hide wouldn't give him that book, race course book, में ना, तो wouldn't tell him which, so he has that thing against. एक दफ़ा में ये लोग किसी को नहीं चाहते हैं ना, बस ये लोग फिर हमेशा के लिए नहीं चाहते हैं. ये लोग बहुत प्रेजुडिस्ड हैं. So that's why against my mother's father, my father बहुत वो हैं, like. और ये नज़र वज़र में तो मैं थी नहीं, हालांकि फैमिली में था. But I went in my own way. I went my own way after being separated from his tisa. And family में तो गालियाँ भी थी, but I never said uh, things like bad words. Not later when I grew up and when my at least this grandmother came to Dubai, thank God. Good riddance to bad rubbish. So then I stopped saying bad words and all this. In London, there was no problem in the British schools. I was never rude with my elderly people, like my teachers in London. My teacher in London really loved me, liked me. She even gave me a gift. She sent a gift when I was in the hospital for appendicitis surgery. I was small there. I was in Cavendish School in London, and very nice. No teacher had any problem with me misbehaving or saying bad words to them, going up to them and saying bad words or anything like that in London. So if a child gets a good environment and is taken away from those wicked people, then the child, I think, as for me, in my experience, with good people, I flourish, I prosper, I feel good, and all this. So the environment has an effect on children. You put them in good environments, take them away from the bad environment. Which is small minds discuss people quote. So these are the quotes you can see. I hope I'm not infringing upon copyrights issues. Brainycode.com, does it have? So what great minds discuss ideas. Brainycode, you can see from that website. Eleanor Roosevelt said, this is her quote: great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. So please, if you're going to come here, at least don't question me about and keep your, I know you have been following me here. There are these people, when they see the weak side of a person, they come and they try to, or the wound, they try to open that wound or mirchi masala डालना चाहते हैं उस wound में, like Sanjay Sanatan was doing earlier on my live stream. Now, these family members that I'm talking about are not worth being family members, and they should be, they are criminals. तो पाकिस्तान में तो अब कैसे एक्शन लें इनके अगेंस्ट? इनकी बैकिंग है, पता नहीं कोई अरब है इनके बैकिंग कर रही है, और ये ना तो कैसे कैसे इनको स्टॉप करें? अभी रोया जवाद है, वो पता नहीं बैंकर थी, उसका इधर गल्फ न्यूज़ या न्यूज़पेपर में तस्वीर भी आई थी, और ये तो बैंकिंग वैंकिंग में ये तो माहिर, ये अपना करियर इसने बना लिया था, रोया जवाद ने, मोहम्मद जवाद की बेटी। तो ऐसे बड़े स्ट्रांग हैं। अभी वो फरियाल जो मेरे टीचर, ये लोग क्या टीचिंग करेंगे? ये लोग किसके बच्चे का अच्छा चाहते हैं? ये लोग सिर्फ सिर्फ अपना अच्छा चाहते हैं, दूसरों के बच्चों को ये लोग डिस्ट्रॉय करना चाहते हैं। अभी फरियाल है, आई हर्ड शी इज अ टीचर, शी बिकेम अ टीचर हियर इन सम स्कूल। तो वो जब मिस दिसा, ये लोग देखेंगे, ये लोग अपनी आंट को नहीं चाहते हैं। इनकी एक आंट थी, जब मेरी एक दोस्त थी, इनकी कज़न, बचपन में वो मेरे साथ है, शी ग्रेट पर्सन, हाजी हबीब की so granddaughter from his I think his daughter's side or sister's side. So we used to play in the garden when I used to go to her grandfather's house, and there was her aunt, and we used to hug her, and she was tall, so we would just get to hug her like we were small, her legs or something. And really, we were affectionate children, nothing like lesbianism. तो इन्होंने भी later on in 1983, I heard that they were saying things against Miss Disa and my relationship. Miss Disa was like my grandaunt's age, maybe Mamie's age. And I had another tutor, Mrs. Abbas. She was in Habib Girls' School. She was my grandaunt's friend. एंड वी वर वेरी अफेक्शनेट पीपल. पता नहीं ये तेहरानी ईरानी है, कितने अफेक्शनेट हैं, क्या हैं. बस इनको ये मज़ा आता है अपने क्लीवेजेस दिखाएं, बूब्स. पता नहीं क्या है. नईम, नईम को, सो दे आर कावर्ड्स. अब मैं तुम लोगों का इधर इंतज़ार कर रहा हूँ. नईम पंजाबी, चाहे तुम्हारा बाप नवाज शरीफ हो, समझे, या उसका उसकी कंपनीज हो इधर दुबई में, इनको ऐसे ही लेना चाहिए ना. बुज़दिल के बच्चे. नईम पंजाबी और शहनाज. वैसे भी शहनाज तुम्हारी माँ ने तो जो किया अपनी बेटी के साथ और अपने साथ. लेकिन हैरानियत ये है कि एक अरब ने शादी कर ली उनके ही साथ. तो लोगों के घर तबाह कर रहे हैं आप. और इनको तो शर्म नहीं आएगी. करप्टेड पीपल है. थैंक गॉड इमरान खान अभी तक डरना कर रहा है. हालांकि आरिफ हजा क्या इमरान खान का खिलाफ है, बट आई थिंक आई एम विद इमरान खान. इन दैट आई डिसएग्री विद आरिफ हजा क्या. पूरी इंडिया इमरान खान के खिलाफ है, बट आई एम विद इमरान खान. तो पूरी इंडिया अगर अमेरिका के साथ है, so should I be with America? Right? No, I'm not with America. I'm not with any terrorist. Being a Husseini, I had this thing of not being with the oppressed. ज़रा भी जुल्म करना गवारा नहीं है अल्लाह को. बिकॉज और हमारा जो इमाम मेहदी है ना, वो बिल्कुल लाइक उसमें तिनका भी जुल्म नहीं होना चाहिए और जुल्म के साथ होना ही नहीं चाहिए. जुल्म के साथ होना ही नहीं चाहिए. तो लोग बस डिप्लोमेसी और ये चलता है ना पॉलिटिकली, और अपने व्हाट कैन दे डू. सम ऑफ देम हैव बीन अंडर duress. अभी बेचारा वो पुतिन क्या कर सकता है. सैल्यूटेशंस अनएंडिंग. उस राइट, प्रेसिडेंट पुतिन. उस पर देखें गलत गलत. अभी वो क्या पागल हो गया है कि वो उधर अटैक करेगा. तो जैसे इमरान खान ने कहा कि अमेरिका ने पैसे भेजे आर्मी को उसको निकालने के लिए, या अदर पॉलिटिशियंस को उनके जो अगेंस्ट हैं, तो ऐसे ही उधर ही करवाया है अमेरिका ने. एंड यूएई भी मेरे साथ नहीं है और मैं अकेली अलोन हियर. तो मुझे ये चीज़ें बिल्कुल भी नहीं पसंद है. चाइल्ड जॉकीज और ओह माय गॉड, जो उनकी हालत हुई है और अपने आप को मुसलमान कहते हैं. तो ये तो सुधरेंगे नहीं. अ, तो हमें पैसे मिल रहे हैं, हम खा रहे हैं, किट कैट मिल रहा है, ये मिल रहा है. वैसे मैं अपने आप को अभी कह रही थी कि व्हाट डू यू केयर, जस्ट हैव अ किट कैट, रिटायर हियर. लेकिन सोने नहीं देते हैं. लाइक दे पुट सच अ थिंग ऑन मी. मैं चुपचाप, आप मुझे पैसे भी नहीं दें, लेकिन मैं ये निकाल देना व्हाट इज़ ऑन मी. तो आई वुड नॉट टॉक अगेंस्ट यूएई. मेरा कोई दिमाग ख़राब हो गया है या मुझे कोई काले कुत्ते ने काटा है कि मैं अपनी. वैसे भी मुझ पे इतना जुल्म है, इतना जुल्म है. So even if I was not being financially assisted by Abu Dhabi, UAE, I would have kept quiet if this thing was not on me. मुझे मजबूर होके यहाँ आना पड़ता है कि ये कैसा जादू है, क्या है, व्हाट एनर्जी इज दिस. अच्छा, मुझे बहुत मुश्किल से मैं सोई हूँ. तो I just wanted to, when I came back from London, I went into Sufi books and the spirituality, Paulo Coelho's books and all this. And then I wanted to find my way into Shia Islam and be sincere to, because there's so many religions, I was confused. So मैं तो खुलूस की ज़िंदगी अपने घर में रहती, and then where I didn't want to work with Pakistani men. I have a problem with Pakistanis. जिस पता नहीं क्या बचपन से है. सो मैं मर्दों के साथ काम नहीं कर सकती हूँ, पाकिस्तानी. If I was in London, for sure I would have gotten out of this and worked as I worked in my college for admissions. So लेकिन मैं पाकिस्तानियों के साथ, वो एक पाकिस्तानी पाकिस्तानी अच्छे नहीं होते हैं, पता नहीं क्या प्रॉब्लम है. अ, मुझे है पाकिस्तानियों के साथ प्रॉब्लम. Men, especially the men. एंड तो और women भी ये शहनाज की तरह मुझे नहीं है कि नाखून ऐसे बाल ऐसे हों, पूरा वक्त अपने ब्यूटी ब्यूटी ये वो टाइम वेस्ट करें, या चलें इनको भी खुदा दुनिया वालों के साथ चल रहे हैं. तो बैंकिंग काम करियर इनको खुदा देता है, इनको इनका अल्लाह दे रहा है सब कुछ. तो लोग जो करियर माइंडेड हैं, ज़रूरी तो नहीं है कि वो अच्छे लोग हों. तो ये लोग ब्यूटी में भी हैं और काम भी कर रहे हैं और ऐसे हैं ना, दुनिया के साथ चलते हैं और दुनिया इनको दे रही है और इनसे एंड दे दे हैव अ फिगर इन ऑल दिस. तो अब जो क्लीवेज दिखाएंगे तो मेरी माँ तो आई वाज वी वर I don't like this. I had told my mother. I mean, she was married. She was wearing a sari and a sleeveless. Before she used to wear a burqa, 70s में, अपनी माँ की तरह, Iranian, Shirazi origin. तो मैंने अपनी माँ को कहा कि I don't like sleeveless, अम्मा. And she's wearing a sari, sleeveless, and even my grand aunt used to wear later on in Karachi. I remember. But I was like this somehow, God knows why. Uh, and so I've never worn sleeveless, but in Karachi American School, or even the bearers, Pakistani bearers, were very well trained. They wouldn't be looking at us, or but I wouldn't go to Gymkhana, in a mixed environment. I then when my I went to Karachi club, but very bad people, only for women. इस्लाम ने आपको छोड़ दिया, said. इस्लाम ने अ, हाँ, इस्लाम ने मुझे छोड़ दिया और मैंने इस्लाम को छोड़ दिया. जायद. So इसे के it's not sad. I'm very happy, very proud to leave Islam because it is a false religion and I'm not like you. Sad that you are still in Islam. I feel very sad for you, Zahid. Are you from Pakistan? Are you Punjabi? So, no, you should be happy. I'm very proud to be an ex Muslim, to have left Islam, even Shia Islam. Forget Sunni Islam, because my brainwash में उस liar जालिम का तो मैं फॉलो नहीं करूँगी. Blind are the eyes like yours that cannot see this Zalim, Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. So don't be sad. On one hand, you're laughing and saying sad. Huh? I think you should be laughing your head off. And you should be also crying for yourself to be in this despicable, false religion of such a deceptive man like Muhammad. Yes, you're Pakistani. You sound like Pakistani. A gaslighter. Yes, you should be. Punjab? Punjabi हो? खोजा सिंधियों पे तुम लोगों ने जो जुल्म किया है. I left because haven't you seen my videos? Are you Punjabi? If you are serious, then you should be. If you are interested, then you should have seen my videos on Islam. Now, for you, I should waste my time here again and again. What kind of a man are you following who has done zulm on people, and your own country has done zulm on their own people, poor people? तुम्हें इस्लाम की लगी हुई है, हमें पाकिस्तान के लोगों की भी लगी हुई है, जो तुम लोगों ने जुल्म किया अपने लोगों पे. तुम आर्मी से हो, आईएसआई से हो, जाके उधर लोगों को हेल्प करो, रिश्वतें बंद करो. जिना का तुम लोगों का क्या है, जिना पनिशमेंट्स एंड ऑल दिस. जो बेचारी वो ह्यूमन राइट्स एक्टिविस्ट, क्या नाम है उनका? ओके, ह्यूमन राइट्स जो पाकिस्तान में वायलेशंस हुए हैं और हो रहे हैं. अच्छा हुआ तुम्हारी कंट्री को भी छोड़ दिया हमने, सिर्फ इस्लाम को नहीं. तुम लोगों को कुछ शर्म आती है? ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशंस, तुम लोगों को क्या शर्म आएगी इन पाकिस्तान? इस्लाम को छोड़ दिया, बड़ी बात. तुम लोग कूलली बैठ जाओ, हंसो, राइट? गैस लाइटर्स. सर, civil and political rights are violated through genocide, torture, and arbitrary arrest. These violations often happen in Pakistan, mostly, I should say. This is Wikipedia on human rights violations. Can you give me the human rights violations in Pakistan? The rape, gang rape. Why shouldn't I be hyper? I'm very passionate. You may be cool and may be eating. Are you calm? Are you cool? शायद तुम्हारी माँ को नहीं लगा है ना? क्या नवाज शरीफ के हो टट्टू? जाओ लंदन, आराम से बैठो, कूल, ठंडी हवा खाओ. I don't know what you mean by fundamentalist. So you are cool? I don't understand your behavior. You want to laugh. What do you want to do? You want to laugh when someone gets raped? Has your mother taught you to laugh and not get hyper? किस माँ की कोख से पैदा हुए थे? हाँ, when rapes happen, gang rapes, तुम्हारी माँ हंस रही थी? Your mother was laughing. अच्छा, आप इल्मी बात करें. नहीं, हम तो जज्बाती हैं. Sorry, I have to say this, that I am very passionate about certain things. I cannot control myself. The nonsense that I am not talking, the nonsense that you are talking. हंस रहे हो. इल्मी बात क्या करें? इल्मी बात तो मैंने कर लिया है. नाउ द फैमिली टॉक केस इज हियर. तुम लोगों ने किसकी मदद की है ये बताओ. कश्मीर इंडिया के अगेंस्ट बात करते हो. इल्मी बात क्या करें? नो नो नो. I'm not here. This is not about Islam right now. It's about a family problem and these uh, corrupted people in Pakistan, Naeem, Punjabis, Nawaz Sharif. It's political now. No, I don't want to talk about Islam at this moment. This is not about Islam. This is about human rights violations. आप ये बताएं, आपकी माँ ने ये नहीं देखा है जब एक औरत, हाँ, वो कौन थी इन द पार्लियामेंट? फौजिया फ्रॉम MQM. आई एम फ्रॉम यू. माई पासपोर्ट UAE का है. माई मदर वॉज अ खोजा पाकिस्तानी. यस, अस्मा जहांगीर. लेकिन नहीं नहीं, इधर एक थी फौजिया जो पार्लियामेंट में ह्यूमन राइट्स, पाकिस्तानी पार्लियामेंट ह्यूमन राइट्स की बात कर रही थी. आपकी माँ जज्बाती नहीं होती है? कभी किसी का घर आपने डैमेज किया हो? Sorry, I'm not here. When I come here to talk about Islam, then you can, don't try to distract my uh, subject here. I'm in Dubai, UAE. Good. अभी हम ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशंस की बात कर रहे हैं पाकिस्तान में और UAE में. Why do you want to waste your time here? What can you do? What have you Pakistanis done? I can go on with my lecture, but तुम लोगों के जो कान हैं, shameless, what will you do? तुम लोग रियली बेगैरत हो बहुत. You mean to say that I hear this lady तुम लोगों की पाकिस्तानी लेडी, elderly lady, कितने साल हो गए इन बेचारियों को पाकिस्तान में। तुम लोग क्यों इतने बेहिस shameless people हो? Where's that video? Oh God, I can't find it. You mean to say your mother has never stood in front of the Chief Justice? What can we do? You have a solution to the injustices in Pakistan? And you don't criticize America and India? Foreign agents are doing this to us in Pakistan. You don't criticize? Where are you from? Are you in Pakistan still, or you have gone to America? This is a voice against human rights. I'm not like you Pakistanis criticizing America and not looking at my own shortcomings. Zayed, Parachinar, killing of the Shias in Parachinar. You think this is criticism or this is for you gaslighters? Really shameless people in Pakistan. You jump at judging others quickly, but hardly look at your own faults and what you've done. Trying to find that lady's speech in the Chief Justice's parliament. Criticizing other, India criticizing Pakistan, USA, Fauzia Ejaz Khan. So if I go here, then there'll be ads and all. What do you say about this lady?
Mrs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 15 मिनट के बाद आपने मुझे टाइम दिया, शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत। टॉपिक बहुत पीछे रह गई, मैं बहुत आगे आ गई, आप और मैं मेरी अब मुलाकात हुई। स्पीकर साहब, मैं आपके तवज्जुह से अपने भाइयों बहनों को यहाँ पर मैं सुन रही थी इतनी देर से, पोलियो से शुरू हुआ, वो तब्दील हो गया कौम के कैंसर में। वी आर एक कैंसर हमारे अंदर उबल रहा है, एक आतिश फिशा है नफरतों का, जो मैं नहीं समझती कि ये खत्म होगा जब तक यू इन योर चेयर डज नॉट स्टॉप दिस। इट्स योर ड्यूटी टू स्टॉप हेट्रेड, इट्स योर ड्यूटी इन द चेयर देयर टू let people not talk evil, ill or bad about anybody. We are one nation. We are one people. We have to love each other. We are Pakistanis. मैं इतनी देर से ये बातें सुन रही हूँ और ये कहते हुए मुझे शर्म आ रही कि मैं पाकिस्तानी हूँ. What are you going to do about it? नफरतें नफरतें 60 साल की नफरतें. I cannot take this anymore. समझे ना, ये मुल्क को आप क्या दिया इन लोगों ने? आटा दिया, तेल दिया, बिजली दी, पानी दिया. क्या झगड़े हम लड़ रहे हैं? क्यों नफरतों की बातें कर रहे हैं? I am ashamed of being a Pakistani, sir. Do you this ping pong game of you did this, my government this is, your government is that, their government is that. 60 साल sir is a lifetime. मेरे 4 generation गुजर गए हैं. I am a grandmother now. Nothing has been solved for the masses of this country. 98% people are still asking for atta. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I request my brother and sisters here, खुदा के वास्ते नफरतें खत्म करें. मुल्क को चलने दे. जो काम कर रहा है उसको काम करने दे. खुदा के वास्ते. अगर आप अपने आप को इस मुल्क का कहते हैं, आप एक अपने आप को मुसलमान कहते हैं, तो नफरतें इस्लाम में नहीं है. नफरतें इस्लाम में नहीं है, मोहब्बतें हैं. मेरे पैगंबर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने नफरतें नहीं सिखाई, मोहब्बत सिखाई है.
थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू.
मेरे कायद ने मोहब्बत सिखाई है. मेरे पार्टी के लीडर ने मोहब्बत सिखाई है. हर एक के आगे हाथ बढ़ा रहा है. रिकंसिलिएशन, मोहब्बत, रिकंसिलिएशन. आप क्या दे रहे हैं? वो खड़े होते नफरत की बात करते, वो खड़ी होती है नफरत की बात करती है. खुदारा खत्म करते हैं इस चीज को. 60 साल गुजर गए हैं. थैंक यू स्पीकर
थैंक
साहब.
यू जी. इंजीनियर खुरम दस्तगीर साहब.
So, Zaid, what do you say about this lady? Your mother may have never stood up like this. Do you think this is criticism? Where's the solution? We have been searching for a solution. But would you give us the solution? Tell us what is the solution? Okay, go for prayer. See, you don't have a solution. इतने सालों से हम लोग प्रे कर रहे हैं. मेरी माँ ने प्रे किया पाकिस्तान में. तुम लोगों ने क्या किया है? No, thank you. I don't need those prayers that my mother, I have my mother's prayers with me. Thank you very much. I don't need such a person like yours prayers. You pray for yourself and your country? No, thank you. Don't pray for me. Okay, get lost. Yes, I know you are here only to do this, and how can we stop you? I'm going to stop you. I'm not going to get lost. You will have to. I will have to stop you. Now we've neglected people like you, ignored, given a blind eye. You need to stop your bakwas and your gaslighting. We cannot afford to have people like you. Covert narcissist Pakistani. Beghairat badbacht. Do you think Hindus don't pray? Do you think Christians don't pray? What you did to Asia Bibi, 9 years in jail. Her Christ didn't come. Foreigners had to help her out of this country, Pakistan. Do you think the Christians don't have their prayers? Do you think the Hindus don't have their prayers? So I see that the internet is slow here. इस पाकिस्तान ने क्या दिया है हमें? और ऐसे लोग आएंगे और जाएंगे, दूसरों को बोलते हैं सॉल्यूशन। सॉल्यूशन हम लोग ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग मैडनेस में कर करके तो देन जनरल मुशर्रफ ने have to take drastic steps. He tried to clear, Imran Khan has tried. पंजाबी नहीं छोड़ते हैं, एक तरफ से पंजाबी, एक तरफ से अमेरिका पीछे पड़ी है पाकिस्तान के। क्या करें? और ये मिसक्रिएंट्स हैं, फैमिली मेंबर्स और फ्रेंड्स जो आए थे, व्हाट सो कॉल्ड फ्रेंड्स। सॉल्यूशन पूछें जाके शहबाज शरीफ से कि सॉल्यूशन क्या है अभी पाकिस्तान में। Solution. The man who was who barred birds को प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा था, उसको मार डाला। तुम लोग मारते हो। हमने आरिफ अजाकिया से भी पूछा है कि सॉल्यूशन क्या है आखिर पाकिस्तान का। कहा पाकिस्तान बर्बाद होने वाली है, बस बर्बाद होगी, कोई सॉल्यूशन नहीं है पाकिस्तान का। इट्स अ लॉस्ट केस। Pakistan is a lost case. Because you see, people have tried, tell you nicely, for your country work, now he's saying get lost and this and that. This is my this thing. You have come on my ये देखो इनको कुछ वो है ही नहीं, पता नहीं कैसे लोग, I don't know what kind of people you Pakistanis are. I'm not going to get lost because this is my channel, this is my live stream. पहले कहता है कि you are criticizing, this is human rights violation, voice against human rights. Go learn first what is a voice against human rights and what is criticism. हमने productive criticism apply किया है इस्लाम पे भी, human rights तो it is okay to criticize productively. What is wrong in that? Give solutions. Your party, which party do you belong to? Any political party? Any, even your religious, what religious group, pro Khilafat, whatever you belong to. हमने तो दुआ कर करके हम लोग थक गए हैं, पाकिस्तान में कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं मिलता है। और ऐसे पाकिस्तानी अभी अमेरिका में, ब्रिटेन में जाके गंदगी की है। तो ये पाकिस्तानियों को, ये ऐसे पाकिस्तानियों को आप जैसे स्टॉप करने में क्या होगा? हल क्या है? व्हाट इज द सोल्यूशन? प्लीज फाइंड अ सोल्यूशन। वो आरिफ अजाकिया ने तो कहा है कि पाकिस्तान इज अ ruined country. I mean, there's no solution. Something like, it's ruined then. If there's no solution, it's ruined. It's ruined itself. ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट करें। इमरान खान को चांस ही नहीं दिया। पहले कहा ही इज सेलेक्टेड, he said he was not, he said recently he was not selected. उसको रहने ही नहीं दिया। आर्मी का सेलेक्टेड है, ये है, काम करने ही नहीं देते हैं इमरान खान को। नो कॉन्फिडेंस वोट से इमरान खान was the last resort to this solution to Pakistan. उसको ही निकाल दिया इन्होंने। अब फिर से उस, you know who is शहबाज शरीफ? He's a corrupted politician's brother. तुम लोग अच्छे लोगों को मार डालते हो। आरिफ अजाकिया को सुनो। Listen to Arif Ajakia. What is the solution? तुम लोग आते हो, कभी इस्लाम के बारे में बात करो, why you left, हंस रहे हो, sad, but हंस रहे हो, and what this nonsense, you don't know how to speak, how to help out. Human rights violations, तभी तो तुम लोगों की कंट्री में इतने ज़्यादा हैं। What is the solution to Pakistan? I heard Arif Ajakia saying to Pakistan's corruption, there's no solution. It's in your blood, so you are shameless people. And when someone is passionate and has been oppressed, you say that calm down. You are hyper. You start to blame the oppressed. To Maghrib, up, you are going for Maghrib prayer. Okay, get lost. And ma'am, I will pray for you. But you are, this is the way they, it's a treachery. I cannot, I'm sick of this ayari in Pakistan, Pakistanis. Very, very clever people. Pakistan is a lost case. How Pakistan committed suicide with its economy. Do you think this is criticism or this is Pakistan is a gone case? preying on young boys, Pakistan's hidden predators. हिंदू को नहीं छोड़ते हैं. हिंदू को क्यों छोड़ेंगे जब प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद ने पेगन अरब्स को नहीं छोड़ा. जायद सिंह, मैं किसको सुन रही हाँ, ये अकेली गुस्सा निकाल रही है. And laughing like this cartoon. Serious people, Zaid, I don't need you. You just get lost yourself. Just leave this thing. Otherwise, I'm going to block you here. Block this person. So now these people of like Naeem and you, no one is. Do you think anyone is going to know how to? I'm try to find solutions. What if this person is has backing of ISI Pakistan or knows someone in Pakistan and in America also? Americans helping this Punjabi Naeen and Emarati Shanaz miscreants. So, what is the solution to their human rights violations? I'm taking one person at a time. I'm going at this time. Like, what is the solution to this? You see, you people, you could not even put this Nawaz Sharif in jail. He's gone to London. These are absconders. They use their power, political power, to run away. Shameless. You've got corrupted people in your, as prime ministers and presidents, and in your courts too. And they're coming back. These, Shehbaz Sharif, the new Pakistani prime minister. Shameless. तुम लोगों का करप्शन फैला हुआ है अमेरिका में, ब्रिटेन में. तुम लोग ब्रिटेन को भी नहीं छोड़ते हो. Pakistani gang, what do you call it, in Britain. तुम लोग ऐसा काम करते हो. They work like Britain's grooming gangs. These people are trying to find a solution. Grooming gang convicted. Thank God. 3 years ago, anti-Pakistan protest in UK. London gangland. How young girls are groomed into gangs. Britain's sex gangs. Pakistani grooming gangs in Britain. Have they really found a solution to this in London? UK? My God. East London postcode gang wars 9 months ago. It's very, very difficult for a young person to be growing up. Oh my goodness. Save Great Britain, please. London's Muslim Patrol aims to impose Sharia law in East. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. CNN. Oh no. Save Great Britain from these people. I've joined Save Great Britain. Save Great Britain from Pakistanis. Please save Great Britain from Muslim Pakistanis. Where's the channel? One lady has come up with this. Arif Ajakia was. I have joined her channel on YouTube. Please save Britain. Then you see, it will be too late. We will not be able to find a solution, and people like this Zayed will be coming and saying things against us who are raising a voice because we couldn't find a solution when we were in Pakistan. They made me go insane and all this. Save Great Britain from Pakistani Muslims. I stand with this. So then we don't have to become hyper. Thank God Norway is getting up against these Muslims. They can't accept anyone. They can't live with idol worshippers. They can't live with Christians. They can't live with Jews. They can't live with Shias in Pakistan. Shia kafir, what nonsense is that? Now we have George Galloway saying US historical meddling in Pakistan politics. But can Pakistanis live with Shias or no? US is US, superpower. Please save Great Britain. Save Great Britain from Muslim Pakistani men. Pakistani Muslims above British law. What is this?
Still the paper, sir, please. Thank you very much.
That's very good of you. Have you got any form of ID on you? I'm going to flash the window. No, I can't.
Still the paper. What's the problem here? Yeah? What's going on? What's the problem, officer? He can't smash his window.
Okay.
He smashed his window.
Right.
Get out.
Do you have a form of ID with you?
What's his
Right. Just run this place in the corner. Well, no, because I don't know if they want to just yeah, then you could be driving your mate's car. If I ran it in front of somebody else. Yeah, do a PNC, you're telling me. I don't know who he is.
Do a PNC, do a description check. You found out.
Everybody here is telling me.
On the car.
You don't know.
Nobody knows the person who owns the car. It's just not.
Who he is. I need to see who he is.
Well, like that. Not with the DVLA. No, no description. We've got the name of the person who is registered, who's a registered DVLA.
Give him a warning, drop me in the
Look at it. No, you are anyway, so tell him who you are. Just tell him who you are, yeah. He's asking me then. He has asked him though. He just have an excuse. I've asked him who you are. Have you asked him who he is? Ask him. You're going to give him the form of ID. Just ask him who he is. He's no ID, he told you. You're helping here. Back off, please. Give me your name. Cheers. Can you get the name? I'm on the page. Just ask him who he is. You're trying to help you. You're interrupting, you're obstructing us. That's the thing. We're asking for ID. You're saying there's no ID. Just ask him. Yeah, we'll get ID. What's your name? What's your commitment? What's your offense? Saying it was on the phone. Do you have a contract with him? Everybody! Do you have a contract with him? You can't smash his window. That's part of a problem. Smash his window. You can't smash his window. Why? Step back, please. Step back. Step back. We're back. It's all recorded, don't worry, it's all recorded. Cut himself. Is he bleeding? That's cut himself. Take your seatbelt off. Cut himself. Boy, that's checking the piss. He's cut himself. It's all recorded. Thank you. Don't worry, it's all on video. Officer, that's checking the piss. Yeah, yo. It's all on video. Don't worry, it's all on video. What the fuck are you doing that for, you freak? My window smashed. What are you arresting him for? Why are you under arrest for? Why are you arresting him? You look at why? Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. Yo, he's got foot. He's literally. He's got foot. She'll be recorded. Recorded. I know my safety, don't worry. Go on the paper. Off the road for your own safety, please. Thank you. He's got cuts on his ears. Yeah, bring your face forward. I refuse to be arrested. Bring your face forward. You've been a prick, then nobody's going to move, is it? Well, you're not listening. Why you didn't know? Hey, we recorded. We recorded. Don't worry, it's all being recorded. Watch out. He's spraying me. He's spraying me for no reason. He just spraying you fucking prick. He just got sprayed for no reason at all. He's spraying you for no reason. This officer has just sprayed him. Go on. What are you going to do? We're on the pavement. You just sprayed him for no fucking reason. Cousin. Why are you pushing people? They just sprayed him and now they're starting on. Why are you pushing him? You're famous. You're getting famous. You're getting famous. You just needed to ask him for that. You just needed to ask him what his name was. He would have told you. He wanted to smash his fucking window. I've got the full thing. This officer just sprayed him for no reason. This motherfucker. See, you don't know your rules. My rules? You don't have to. What's he been arrested for? I'm not going to discuss it. You can end it out of what you know. Very well. You know who you are. CCTV. But you what's CCTV there? What's CCTV where? Where's the CCTV? That's bullshit. Where is this? I'm not about my car. I'm not going to pull that down there. No, technically, we can go here. I'm in the back of your head. We can walk. That's arrest. Allah needs citizen arrest. Citizen arrest. Put him up everything. He's alright. Answer the question. No, get out. We're not discussing it. You've got an office in area. Alright? No, you can't describe evidence. There's no evidence. It's all recorded.
Zaid wants to know what this is. Oh my god. Pakistani Muslims above British law. Can you not read? Is it coming properly here? Focused? Oh my God. This is, they're aggressive also, right? Pakistani Muslims above British law. Oh my goodness. This is in England. They're really aggressive.
Smiling. Cousin, kiss me up. Ask her, did you? Allah. How do you know? We're going now anyway. So you could be having a heart attack in there. Alright. You jokes, man. You're all jokes. Yeah, you better get off. You're all bunch of fucking jokes. चाबियां मेरे को दी आने हो
Oh my God, I've never come across such a thing. Now that Pakistanis are there in Britain, a lot of them. My God, what is this? I'm on this Pakistani Muslims above British law, Zaid. I timed you out, so please now behave yourself. And don't be like these Pakistani Muslims who think they're above British law. So this is going on, my goodness. Can someone, what is the solution to this? Pakistani Muslims above British law. Don't change the topic, Zayed. What is the solution? What can these Britishers do? The police, the law. You think Sharia is the solution? Zayed says Sharia is solution in Britain. And what is the solution to Pakistan? Corruption and all? Sharia? Muslims are doing this. They're not even following their own. What are they following? Yes, you think in Pakistan Sharia is the solution. For the whole world, Zayed thinks that Sharia is the solution. So you will not accept Britain as what? You think all Christians and Jews should follow the Sharia law? For the whole world, yes. And what do Shias? Shias follow Sunni Sharia law, or what is the solution? Live under Sharia law. This means that women, Shia follow Fiqh Jafari. Yes. And so there are differences in our laws. Shia and Sunni Sharia laws. But do you think even Shias are Muslims? That you want the whole world to follow your Sharia law? So this is the solution. You think Shias are Muslims? Okay, good. You're the first one I've heard say that. Are you a Shia or a Sunni? So if Sharia is the solution, we will have something like Shias are, are kafir in Pakistan, your own Sharia law followers.
Serious questions are being raised over Pakistan's intentions in taking rigid action against proscribed terror outfits operating in the country, after thousands of people rallied in Karachi, chanting anti-Shia slogans and calling them disbelievers. The rally, led by Sipahi Sahaba Pakistan, SSP, a terrorist organization which has been involved in the killing of Shia minorities in Pakistan, staged a gathering of thousands who marched on the main M.A. Jinnah Road in broad daylight, chanting slogans like Shia are Kafirs. The rally members held banners of the SSP outfit, raising serious concern over re-emergence of sectarian violence in the country. While seeing a proscribed organization stage a huge rally in Pakistan's economic hub Karachi shocked the public. The open chanting of anti-Shia slogans without any fear of action by authorities raised serious question over the Imran Khan-led government's will and intent in rooting out terror outfits from its soil. The protest rally was staged after a Shia leader allegedly But now, seeing after 70 years of the formation of Pakistan, how a particular sect is constantly being persecuted. It's not just one time. Every year you see a new wave of persecution of Shia Muslims in this country by the hands of extremists. This goes directly against the core principal values on which Pakistan was founded. Pakistan was founded by Shias and Sunnis together. With the hate-based sentiments against Shias on such a peak right now, every Shia Muslims in this country.
No, the Muslims are a problem in Britain, Pakistani Muslims. And even in Pakistan, Muslims are a problem. These are brainwashed people used for agendas. Who do you want to blame? India? Whose agendas? Whose agendas? 1400 years ago, who would you blame? Shias took the side of Ali, and Muslims took the side of non Shia Muslims, Abu Bakr. Establishment. Which establishment? Be clear about this. Which establishment? And can you deny that there are Sunni Muslims who are not influenced by any agenda or any other foreign establishment but this religion? That Shias are kafirs, disbelievers, and mushriks. polytheists. Why should the non-Muslims embrace Sharia? Why do you want the non-Muslims? London was great without these Muslims. In fact, in Pakistan, there are molesters, and God knows what corruption goes on in Pakistan, head to toe. In London, no Britisher molested me or harmed me. Sharia law is not the solution for Britishers. When will you people learn not to impose your Sharia law on foreign land? Witness, women. What do you think about women's rights in Islam? Women are half of men. In witness. In what else? Husbands can beat their women, discipline their women, having fear that they have been disobedient to their husbands. Quran ayat. Cutting off of hands for stealing, amputating, Sharia law. No, I don't think Sharia law is the solution. I think it is a great problem. It will create a great problem for human beings around the world. Sharia law is not the solution. In fact, what I'm doing is something else. Wiping out Islam is banning Islam is the problem. It's the solution to the problem. Banning this false religion is the solution. They hate. Muhammad criticizes Christians, Jews, idol worshippers. Not only that, kill them if you. What do you mean? We should follow the Sharia law when this whole religion is a lie? Muhammad can marry as much as he likes, beautiful women. Prophet Muhammad, Surah Azab, verse 52, have right what your right hands possess. Now you cannot marry beautiful women, but you can have what your right hands possess. Women will be the possession of you men in Sharia law. Why should the free mind or the world follow your Sharia law? Sharia law has failed in Pakistan and Muslim countries, such strict laws. You want to impose, force people to follow your way? Muhammad was a false prophet, criticized pagan Arab idol worshippers, doesn't know what God is, doesn't know what he's saying, what he's put in the Quran, he doesn't know. His Allah can't put it well in the Quran, how to worship. On one hand, he says, associate no one with Allah. On another, in another ayat, his Allah says, you can associate with Allah with authority. You still have so many confusion, so many things unresolved in Islam, and you think you know it all. And Sharia law should be. Do you think that it is fair that India should also have Sharia law? That is the solution? I don't know what to say to you. Such a, it would be a violation of human rights. Muhammad brought this by the sword. This he and married women. What nonsensical laws are these? Spoils of war. He has he gets spoils of war. His skins. His daughter gets spoils of war, and then what is this really? What nonsense is this in the Quran? Do you think people should come down to that kind of nonsense of Muhammad and his Allah? So, what are you doing? Where are you in Pakistan? Start implementing. Isn't Pakistan a Muslim republic? Huh? Isn't Pakistan a Muslim Islamic republic? Then why hasn't Pakistan found a solution to bribery, corruption? Where are you, Zaid? Are you in Pakistan? No, no. Do you know that you cannot implement the solution? West, I think Britain was great. Great Britain was great until these Pakistani Muslims went there. And how can you force people to follow your religion? That's not the solution. Some people don't believe that is the solution because there is evidence contrary to this that Sharia law is the solution. Sharia law is not the solution because there is evidence contrary to Sharia law being the solution. It's the Muslims giving us problems, the Britishers, the Westerners in India, in Kashmir. So, what, and family cases. What do you think is the solution for the bribery and miscreants in Pakistan, of Pakistan, by Pakistan, made by Pakistan? How can we stop you people from doing mischief and corruption and raping, gang raping, and all this? Why should anyone follow this Sharia law? He makes a mistake, he practices. What kind of a Rangila? Someone had written Rangila. What kind of a prophet is he? And is Allah? What are the other things nonsensical in the Quran? Forget the Sunni sources, hadiths. Do you think women should be maintained by men and so they can beat them up? According to Sharia law, this will be like women will be suppressed, oppressed. Please, someone help me here with this. Really dangerous. Islam should be banned. It's a very, very dangerous religion. And who are you saying is brainwashed? You yourself are brainwashed. These are brainwashed people used for agendas. No, no, you yourself are brainwashed by this religion. What kind of a. Is there evidence that Muhammad was a true prophet? That you're going towards Sharia law and wanting to impose it around the world? He broke oaths to a wife, to his wife, Surah Tahrim. He breaks oaths, so you Muslims are allowed to break oaths. You can kill disbelievers. Surah Tawbah, Surah Muhammad, bind them. Surah Azab, strike at their necks. This is a terrible, a terrorist religion. You don't accept others. No, the solution is that we discover new truths like Britain had its solution, but Muslims came and are wrecking Great Britain. Why should women be covered? When I was uncovered, wearing Western clothes, and I wasn't molested in Britain in my childhood, nor in my adulthood, or nor when later on I went to Britain. It's your Pakistani Muslims who molest. We need a solution. So your Islamic Republic of Pakistan still hasn't found a solution? Why hasn't it first implemented in your country, your own country, and show us through example? Implement Sharia law, show us through example, show the world, then we can. How can you say? You mean to say Pakistan, Republic of Pakistan? Someone, this is not, this is against human rights. This is everyone, different people, you have the freedom. No, no, we cannot. What if I don't believe in Sharia law? You're going to impose it on me? No, no, I don't believe in Sharia law. I've lived in Islamic Republic of Pakistan. I've also lived here in the UAE. Isn't it the Islamic Republic of Pakistan? First, show through your own example. And do you think the Western, the free minds, would have Sharia law imposed on them? Do you think this is right, what Muhammad did? And where is Sharia law in the Quran? There's no Sharia law. There's also His Highness Aga Khan. We don't believe in, the Ismailis don't believe in Sharia law. What is Sharia law? How have you come to this Sharia law thing? There are other Muslims who don't believe in Sharia law from Islamic traditions. It is derived from the religious precepts of Islam. Sorry, I don't believe from Quran and Hadith. What Hadith are you going to take? Your Sunni sources? Shias don't believe in the Sunni sources. What ridiculous sources? So something is wrong with my screencast. Something funny, like someone is controlling this thing. But that doesn't. My whole life, this name and please, someone here, uh, please think about this. You are brainwashed by your religion. Sorry to say this. Why should I be sorry when you have been so rude with me? About my condition, you don't care. About my case, you don't care. You only care about your Sharia law and promoting Islam. It is a ridiculous. When God could not implement a Sharia law during Adam's time in the heaven, Shaitan came. What on earth now you will be implementing Sharia law? Shaitan is going to all the time come. You will say America is Shaitan, Shias are Shaitan, Pakistan. Well, we have Shaitan, now we have to do with it. What is this? Nonsense. You mean to say the Shias should follow your Sunni Sharia law? Women get half of, daughters get half of inheritance. Do you think women are half of men? You get to marry four and then also have what your right hands possess. Mistresses, some Sunnis say, we say Mota, the Shias. What is this? For pleasure, you have fears of adultery, then you marry someone or take God knows what in Surah Nisa the ayats are. Let the Britishers only marry one, like they have been doing. Marry four. You can marry four women, girls, what Muhammad has done. And then what is this Aisha marrying Aisha at the age of 6? Pedophile. Do you want to make Britishers and the world pedophilic? Marry 6 years old? Marrying Aisha, and you can delay whom you like because you are the prophet of the wives, and marry your adopted son's wife. This is an evil religion from the devil. When God could not establish his Sharia on in the heaven, why did Shaitan have to come? He could have had Adam and Eve could have had children in heaven. Why did he have to send Adam on earth? And Shaitan has gone in that low place, heaven, low. What low heaven, high heaven, seven skies, medically also, scientific errors in the Quran. medical errors in the Quran. You don't know whether the sun goes around the earth or the earth goes around the sun. Do you want humanity to come down into uh, the lowest state? What kind of a prophet is he? Says that Prophet Sahih al-Bukhari's hadith says that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. And how old was he? 50 years old. Are you going to give your daughter? You may want to give your daughter according to Sharia law, but to a 50-year-old man. But the Britishers won't. Muhammad Kabir, I've had enough of you, psycho woman, she says. Okay, but at least I'm not going around behind damaging houses in Britain above the law like you Pakistani Muslims. Zahid says science is not rigid, so we can't say anything as a final verdict. That's science, not the Quran. The Quran is the final verdict for what it has written. Muhammad Kabir says medically unfit you are. Okay, and then? Ha ha ha, laughing. You don't know anything. Muhammad Kabir says. Okay, at least I don't claim to know everything like your Muhammad and you. You know everything? You know how to help a psycho woman? First you say I'm Christian, and you say I'm a big liar. What else do you have to say, Muhammad Kabir? You're a Christian woman. This message is held for review. You're a Christian woman. I'm concerned about the safety of the Christian ladies in Pakistan. Actually, you are blind, arrogant, so you can't get Hidayah. Zayed. Do you think the world is blind? That's why they're not getting Hidayah from Sharia law and Islam, from Allah? I'm a truth seeker, Muhammad Kabir. Zayed, do you think the world also is arrogant and blind? That's why they're not getting Hidayah from Allah and Muhammad. Disobeying Muhammad is a crime. You have to, otherwise you'll burn in hell. Surah Azab, ayats. Do you think Ummul Momineen? I think he is Desi atheist. I'm a she, not a he. I'm not an atheist. You may think what you like. How can you bring your own about people? What I'm saying, you don't believe in what I'm saying. Do you think I'm a liar? Now you're asking me, agnostic. Whatever I am, I'm a truth seeker. That's what I am. I don't put myself in these agnostic, these kind of labels. I don't put myself in. I don't like to choose a label for myself or something, define myself in that way. Ye kya, no problem. Yeah. 6-year-old Sahih Bukhari. Aisha was 6 years old. She was 6 years old and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. Narrated Aisha that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. Hisham said, I have been informed that Aisha remained with the Prophet for 9 years, i.e., till his death. And this poor Aisha could not even marry someone else. She must be really young when he died, because the Prophet's wives are mothers to the believers. I don't want my questions answered by ulamas. I have the source here, and this is what Muhammad did. He married a 6-year-old and consummated with her at 9. I want a corruptionless world where people stop harassing others and freedom for all, not imposing Sharia law and their beliefs on others, and not infringing upon the rights of others. Live and let live. Just cherry picking the ayats and hadiths and lying. Zaid says to me, no, I'm looking at the important issues here which need to be addressed. How can we believe in a prophet who is a pedophilic prophet? I'm not cherry picking. I'm picking the subjects which are relevant for human rights. And you call that cherry picking? And that I'm lying? These hadiths, Sahih al-Bukhari 5134. Muhammad married Aisha when she was 6 years old and consummated when she was 9 years old. Am I lying? This is from your sunnah.com. I'm not lying. Stop your nonsense, Muhammad Kabir says to me. Zaid says, Kabir bhai, kya ajeeb auntie hai? I think she is mad. This is the way to talk to a mad woman. That you're addressing Muhammad Kabir and saying she's mad. At least I'm not like you, wanting to impose Sharia law on other people, the world, the whole world. At least this madness is a blessing then, than to be like you. Stop your nonsense, Muhammad Kabir tells me. Muhammad Kabir, then how you come into earth? What do you mean by that? Why should you come on earth? When God has heaven and has 72 huris for you there, why should you come? When Adam and Eve were living peacefully in heaven, why should even Shaitan come into heaven and make them come on earth? Shouldn't you be asking Allah this? When God has made heaven, should have kept Adam and Eve there in heaven. Because eventually he says that you're going back there and all your desires will be fulfilled if they're not fulfilled on earth. You will also have sharab, rivers of alcohol. Then just should have kept Adam and Eve in heaven. हाँ यार वो साइको है जो भी प्रॉफिट ने किया अल्लाह के ऑर्डर ऊपर किया वो भी एंजल आके बताने के बाद शादी किया हाँ हाँ तभी तो आयशा ने कहा ना कि अल्लाह आपकी हर ख्वाहिश पूरी करता है मोहम्मद को आयशा ने कहा प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद को अल्लाह ओ apostle of Allah runs I mean he is so quick he responds to your every wish. You want to get married to a little kid, you can get married to a small little kid. You want a beautiful woman, you want spoils of war, you want what your right hands possess, you want Safiya bint Huay, you want Jaweria bint Harith, the Jewish. You kill their fathers, kill their brothers, kill their husbands, and you can marry the married women. Their husbands keep them in captive. That's why Aisha said that God is very eager to satisfy you in every way and fulfill all your wishes. You love beautiful women. You are given beautiful women. The Jewish, Aisha said, where is that hadith? How can I? Allah rushes. Allah fulfills all your wishes. Oh God, Allah rushes to fulfill. Allah is eager. Allah, oh Apostle of, how shall I search for this hadith here? Oh Apostle of Allah, oh Apostle of Allah, Allah fulfills all your wishes. What was that hadith? By Aisha. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq had never broken his oaths till Allah revealed the expiation for the oaths. Then he said, if I take an oath to do something and later on I find something else better, than the first one, then I do what is better and make expiation for my oath. Oh my God. Because in Surah Tahrim, why would God want to test human beings? Him being the all powerful, why does he have to make dunya to test when you know that some of them will fail and they will, such punishments like going to hell, burning in hell forever and ever? You see, he's the all powerful. He doesn't need to test people. Why should he test people? What is there is no good in testing people when he himself cannot be tested in anything. Why test others? It's not fair. And then knowing that some of them will fail and most of them are disbelievers and all this, the Quran says. Yes, but the thing of testing people, human beings, Zaid and Muhammad Kabir, read Imam Ghazali, you get the answers. I don't have to read Imam Ghazali. I want to, I'm thinking of God first. You see, when we go to Imam Ali, Sunni Muslims say, why are you going to Imam Ali? Now you want me to read Al Ghazali. I had a book of, is this, no, I had the book of Ibn Arabi. You're Sufi or Sunni? Why should God test human beings? You see, even Adam failed in the test. How can we pass? That's why Hafiz or someone said, even Adam went astray for a few, a grain or what was it, a fruit. I'm a truth seeker in every way. What kind, I cannot say. You read nothing, just fake allegations by ex-Muslims. This is, you see, when Surah Tahrim came out, uh, Muslims were told, now you can expiate for your oaths. Here it is said in Sahih Bukhari, book 78, under oaths and vows, volume 8, book 78, number 618, narrated Aisha, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq had never broken his oaths. And before that he was an idol worshipper, pagan idol worshipper. He had never broken his oaths till Allah revealed the expiation. And you know where he revealed the expiation? In Surah Tahrim, ayat number 2, I think. Right? So, till Allah revealed the expiation for the oaths. Then he said, if I take an oath to do something and later on I find something else better, then the first one. Then I do what is better and make expiation for my oath. Do you find any great, what Allah has done, what great thing to do? He's made it easy for you Muslims. When Abu Bakr, it was hard. Was it? It doesn't say. He never broke his oath until Allah revealed in Surah, now you can break your oaths. The Prophet said, Abdur Rahman bin Sumara, do not seek to be a ruler, because if you are given authority for it, then you will be held responsible for it. But if you are given it without asking for it, then you will be helped in it by Allah. But do not be a ruler. And whenever you take an oath to do something, and later you find that something else is better than the first, then do the better one and make expiation for your oath. So, a good excuse, if you find something better after you've made an oath, you just expiate for the oath. Break that oath, and then it says that the disbelievers keep breaking their oaths in the Quran ayat. This was a volume 8, book 78, number 619. What kind of thing is this? Then they blame the Shias for innovations in religion when Allah says that I change one sign for another better sign. Even Allah doesn't know what He's doing. He doesn't know that this is the great sign. He's brought a sign, and he says, I change my signs, one sign for another sign, better. He's changing his signs. He's changing his signs, Quran ayat. And then these Muslims blame Shias for innovating. Abu Huraira, number 621. The Prophet said, we Muslims are the last in the world, but will be foremost on the day of resurrection. Allah's apostle also said, by Allah, if any one of you insists on fulfilling an oath by which he may harm his family, why would they take an oath like that to harm their family? He commits a greater sin in Allah's sight than that of dissolving his oath. So if you've made an oath to harm your family, which harms your family, why would you in the first place make an oath? What an excuse, really. What a way. What a reason to give. He commits a greater sin in Allah's sight than that of dissolving his oath and making expiation for it. So dissolve your oaths, and if you've made an oath to your family which may be harmful, dissolve it and make a bet and dissolve his oath and make expiation for it. Better never to take any oaths. Live your life in just saying that I will try my best. Let's see, I will, let's see, we have this, I will be good to you. Anything that comes harmful, we will, between us, or anything harmful, I will not do against my family. You don't have to take oaths. Why do you have to take oaths? And then realize that, oh my God, the oath I have taken is going to harm my family. And so I have to break the oath. Why even take an oath? right? Why even take an oath? Oh my goodness. 622, narrated Abu Huraira. Allah's apostle said, anyone who takes an oath through which his family may be harmed. Why even take an oath? Do whatever you want. Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. This message is held for review. Muhammad Kabir is going on. Allah's apostle said, anyone who takes an oath through which his family may be harmed. That's why God did say majority of people are wrong. And if Islam is the fastest growing religion, then according to Quran ayat, Islam is a false religion because majority of people are disbelievers. The Quran itself has bore witness to that in a Quran in an ayat. Allah's apostle sent an army detachment and made Usama. Oh goodness, what leadership was one of the most beloved persons. The, the oath of the Prophet used to be, no, by him who turns the hearts. Narrated Ibn Umar, number 624. The oath of the Prophet used to be, no, by him who turns the hearts. That's why in the Quran ayat, the hearts go astray. He's always having a change of heart. He got Zainab bin Josh. He forced Zainab bin Josh. He scared her, put her under duress to get married to Zaid bin Harith. And now Zainab wasn't happy with Zaid bin Harith, his adopted son. He practiced a pagan Arab idol worshipping custom. And then he went to Zaid's house, and Zaid wasn't there, and he found Zainab bin Josh, and he somehow fell in love with her. He had this, because she was wearing flimsy clothes, and the curtain or something just, turned like his heart. So he said, no, by him who turns, glory to him who turns the hearts. And he knew that Zaid will be divorcing Zainab bin Josh. But what a prophet. What a prophet, I tell you. So no, by him who turns the hearts. The prophet said, if Caesar is ruined, there will be no Caesar after him. And if hand my soul is, surely you will spend their treasures in Allah's cause. Allah's apostle said, if narrated Aisha, the prophet said, O followers of Muhammad, 6 to 7, you are followers of Muhammad. By Allah, if you knew what I know, you would weep much and laugh little. Prophet wants everyone, oh my goodness, number 6 to 8, narrated Abdullah bin Hisham. You were with the Prophet and he was holding the hand of Umar bin al-Khattab. Umar said to him, O Allah's apostle, you are dearer to me than everything except my own self. The Prophet said, no, by him in whose hand my soul is, you will not have complete faith till I am dearer to you than your own self. Is the Prophet dearer to you than your own selves, Muslims? Muhammad Kabir? Zaid. Allah Hafiz, Kabir Bhai. Is the Prophet dearer to you than your own selves? O Allah's Apostle. Oh my God, Umar bin Khattab. The Prophet said, no, by him in whose hand is my soul. My soul is. You will not have complete faith till I am dearer to you than your own self. Then Umar said to him, however now by Allah, you are dearer to me than my own self. The Prophet said, now, O Umar, now you are a believer. Not Muslim, believer, Momin. Stoned her to death. Do you want this Sharia law? Stoning to death. Number 629. Narrated Abu Huraira and Zaid bin Khalid. Two men had a dispute in the presence of Allah's Apostle. One of them said, O Allah's Apostle, between us according to Allah's laws. The other, who was wiser, said, Yes, O Allah's Apostle, judge between us according to Allah's laws, and allow me to speak. The Prophet said, Speak. He said, My son was a laborer and serving this person, and he committed illegal sexual intercourse with his wife. The people said that my son is to be stoned to death, but I ransomed him with 100 sheep and a slave girl. Then I asked the learned people who informed me that my son should receive 100 lashes and be exiled for 1 year, and stoning will be the lot for the man's wife. Allah's Apostle said, Indeed, by him in whose hand my soul is, I will judge between you according to Allah's laws. As for your sheep and the slave girl, they are to be returned to you. Then he scourged his son 100 lashes and exiled him for 1 year. Then Unais al-Aslami was ordered to go to the wife of the second man, and if she confessed the crime, then stone her to death. She did confess, so he stoned her to death. Stoning that wife to death, my God. This is Sharia law. This is the Sunni Muslim Sharia. Only you are right, na? No, only you people are right. Because Zayed was saying that uh, the whole, this, don't you think you Muslims are right? Don't you think you are right? You also think you are right. And there should be nothing but Islam. The Prophet said, Do you think if the tribes of Aslam, Ghafar, Muzayna, and Juhayna are better than the tribes of Tamim, Amir bin Sa'sa'a, Ghaftan, and Asad, they, the second group, are despairing and losing? They, the Prophet's companions, said, Yes, they are. He said, By him in whose hand my soul is, they, the first group, are better than them, the second group. The Prophet is right. Whatever he says is right. They're seeing the whiteness of his armpits. Oh my God. Then Allah's apostle raised his hand so high that we saw the whiteness of his armpits. My God, this is. Can't find that hadith where Allah, Aisha says. So here we'll. It's scary. These people, they just want religion so that you men can dominate the women. It's a man's religion also, Islam, and that you can have control over your women, your wives. This is what you want. So you can say, obey me, otherwise you will be in great. The wife has to obey the husband. We are your maintainers. And if you fear anything, you're like Muhammad, obey me. When the marriage doesn't work, he gets married to Zainab. What kind of prophet is he? O Prophet, fear Allah and do not obey the disbelievers and the hypocrites. He has not made your claimed sons your sons. That is merely your saying by your mouths. But Allah says the truth and He guides to the right way. Call them by the names of their fathers. What Prophet Muhammad did was practice this idol worshipping custom of adopting sons. And he adopted Zaid as his son. Now God says in Surah Azab, verse 5, change it. Call them by the names of their fathers. He had given Zaid his name. Now uh, he's now has to be called by the name of his father, Zaid, poor Zaid. It is more just in the sight of Allah. But if you do not know their fathers, then they are still your brothers in religion. So the adopted son is now a brother in religion, and those entrusted to you. And there is no blame upon you for that in which you have erred, meaning you have erred. You have gone wrong, but no blame on Prophet Muhammad, but only for what your hearts intended. So God excuses Prophet Muhammad's erring also, here we are told. In Surah Azab, ayat 5. The Prophet is more worthy of the believers than themselves, and his wives are their mothers. Their mothers. Not in the position of their mothers, but their mothers. Ummul Mumineen. But there said you cannot adopt a son, which you did, and you went wrong, but that's okay because you had good intentions in your heart. God didn't even come, the revelation didn't even come to correct him when he was making Zaid the adopted son of his. Then now he is your brother, not your adopted son. and take away your name, even. Blood relations among each other have closer personal ties in the decree of Allah than the brotherhood of believers and muhajirs. Nevertheless, do your what is just to your closest friends. Such is the writing and decree of Allah. And mention, O Muhammad, when we took from the prophets the covenant, and from you and from Noah and Abraham and Moses and Jesus, the son of Mary, and we took from them a solemn covenant. So why did Prophet Muhammad then adopt a son according to the pagan Arab custom? And then now God tells him to change that. And you erred. You went wrong, but your heart, in your heart, you felt you did a good thing. You were doing a good thing. And then here, verse 37, first he tells Zainab that you have to obey. And whoever of you devoutly obeys Allah and His Messenger and does righteousness, we will give her her reward twice, and we have prepared for her a noble provision. Oh, goodness. And abide in your houses, and do not display yourselves, as was the display of the former times of ignorance, wives of the Prophet. And establish prayer and give zakah and obey Allah and obey and His Messenger. And obey Allah and His Messenger. Allah intends to remove from you impurities. You want to keep your women وقرن wives or oh يا نساء. It is not wives, it's not zoja, it's the women, because he has a right emphasis النبي of the Prophet. It does not say, but here يا نساء. It's nisaa, women. It's women of the Prophet, not Zawja, the wives of the Prophet. Translation mistake, even Arabic. So, some would say, if they want to dispute this, that this is only for the wives of the Prophet. No, it's for the women of the Prophet, that they should remain, abide in your houses, stay quietly in your houses. Oh my God, Yusuf Ali. And remember what is recited in your houses of the verses. It is not for a believing man or a believing woman, when Allah and His Messenger have decided a matter, that they should thereafter have any choice. About their affair. And whoever disobeys Allah and His Messenger has certainly strayed into clear error. So Zainab had to marry according to what the messenger said, has decided for her, to marry Zaid. The marriage, Zainab could not get along. Marriage was it was a bad marriage. This Sharia, this will If Rasulullah says marry, if your parents, your ulamas, what they say, marry this person. The lady has the female has no her own. She cannot marry someone that she likes. But the marriage fails. So 37. And remember, O Muhammad, when you said to the one on whom Allah bestowed favor, and you bestowed favor, keep your wife and fear Allah. While you concealed, Prophet Muhammad himself is concealing within himself, within yourself, that which Allah is to disclose. He's concealing it. What kind of a prophet is he? The divorce is going to happen, he knows it. But he's concealing it. Let's say someone comes to you for marriage counseling. You're concealing the divorce and you're saying to him, keep your wife and fear Allah. While you concealed, you already know that what Allah was to disclose. Aren't you going to prepare the person that, look, Allah has disclosed to me that the divorce is going to take place. So, Zed, please be prepared. Why am I saying, why is Prophet Muhammad saying, why is the counselor, marriage counselor saying, this is a great marriage counselor? He hasn't prepared Zed. He knows. He's saying against what Allah was to disclose. He's saying, Muhammad is saying against what Allah was to disclose. When you said to the one on whom Allah bestowed favor and you bestowed favor, and then you removed the favor, right? Now he's your brother. He can't even have your inheritance. Keep your wife and fear Allah. While you concealed, you are hiding within yourself that which Allah was to bring out, disclose is bringing out. And you feared the people. He himself is fearing the people, Muhammad, we are told here. And he's telling Zaid to fear Allah. What kind of a, this is a hypocrite, number one, himself. And the Muslims can't see this. The amazing part is that the Muslims are blaming others. Hypocrisy is in him. This is an example of hypocrisy, right? A hypocrite is someone who preaches but doesn't practice himself. Who preaches? He's preaching Zaid to fear Allah, keep his wife. Fear Allah now at this point is very important. While we are told he's fearing the people. What kind of religion is this? What kind of a messenger is this? Why should you fear when you have an example in Moses' case where he feared? And God has already told him, do not fear, O Moses. You will have the upper hand against Pharaoh and his jadugar, black magician, sorcerers. Right? You already have an example. Okay, you'll say Musa feared there, but you already have an example. Should you fear the people? Who fears the people? Hypocrites. He's a hypocrite. Should I take up a hypocrite as my messenger and follow this religion, his religion? Look, he's a hypocrite. The first ayat says, do not, you know, hearken or listen to the disbelievers and the hypocrites. Well, he himself is a hypocrite here. It is plain to see. You see, we have an example. If you say, oh, Moses also feared, and that was because the people, since he has now dissolved the adoption thing, changed it. But then why did he even practice that? But he erred. Allah doesn't come for the revelation at that time. With the revelation, the angel doesn't come with Allah's revelation. I mean, my mind is so cracked. Can you blame me for going mad in this religion? You know, this is a very open, very clear indication that here we have a hypocrite as a messenger who tells Zaid to keep your wife and fear Allah. He's preaching. Don't you see he's preaching? Then some Muslims give us that, you know, he feared the people because for their own good. Because you see, no, do not make excuses. He's a preacher, he's a hypocrite. This verse is revealing clearly indicating that he's a hypocrite. And these Muslims will come and they will try to. I'm not that mad as to not know this, that he is a hypocrite. You see, you have an example, okay, of Moses feeling frightened. Why was Moses frightened? Moses felt frightened. We said, don't be afraid, surely you will overcome. Because what the Pharaoh's sorcerers would do, what would they do? They had their ropes turning into snakes, right? And Moses had to fear at the time that, oh, these people are watching the snakes, the ropes turn into snakes. They start to believe in the sorcerers, right? But you have an example earlier on in Moses that God said, do not fear. God took away this sorcery thing. He said, I mean, he defeated the sorcerers and their sorcery. Now, what would, okay, here he fears the people, and you will say he's like Moses. But you know, a hypocrite cannot defeat a hypocrite. A hypocrite is fearing the people. What will he say to these people when he practiced and Allah didn't give a revelation? Allah didn't come there and then when he adopted Zaid as his son and gave Zaid his own name. Muhammad gave Zaid his own name, you know, last name. Why didn't God come at that time also? He didn't come. What am I going to tell those idol worshippers, the people, disbelievers, the hypocrites, the mushrik? What am I going to tell them? So even if at that time there were hypocrites, can you blame them? Because he himself is a hypocrite. You can't defeat hypocrisy with hypocrisy. Hypocrite messenger. Can you? You see, he's a preacher. He's telling Zed, and a marriage counselor would do this. We called him the physician of our soul, since he's closer to us than our own selves. Believers, he's closer to the believers. But what kind of a marriage counselor is this? any person can see he's a hypocrite unless you are brainwashed and you're a Muslim and you're scared of the hell and disobeying and questioning. So this is no, Maulana will tell you this. They are hiding their things. They're even hiding from their own Sunni Muslims. Right? Ibn Ishaq. What you learn from Ibn Ishaq that Muhammad did to the Jews, Bani Qurayza and all this tribe. So these Muslims coming and saying, ask Maulana. You know, the Maulanas have been hiding things from their own Sunni Muslims. There are different Qurans they're hiding. They've been hiding. They're hiding the truth. Because what will happen? You will, if you do research on your own, rely on your own mind, what will happen? Without the fear, without the Maulanas deceiving you and hiding the filth of Muhammad, what will happen? The hypocrisy of Muhammad. You will find out the truth. Contrary, Maulanas want money. Maulanas want you to stick to this religion. They don't want to reveal to you his filth, his hypocrisy. So please don't let these followers of hypocrite messenger bring you, brainwash you, and you know, impose their hypocrisy on you, their lies on you, following a lying prophet. Save the world, save Great Britain, save the whole world from this hypocritical, false, and Dr. David Wood calls him an obvious false prophet. I call him a very devious man, very dubious, not an obvious false prophet, but how he brainwashed. He's a cult leader. He's the devil himself. So please don't go to Maulanas. You know how many things the Maulanas have been hiding from Sunni Muslims. Even our religious scholars were not willing to accept that this prophet, Shia religious scholars, please don't go on Maulana second hand. Go to the very root, the very cause of this book, this main book. Go to the cause of the thing. Study it yourself and see. We've been lied to. We've been brainwashed. If you follow a Maulana, you will be falling in the gutter with the way he has. They've led people in falsehood, in hypocrisy, in hiding. They are liars, cunning liars. They're doing a great harm to human beings. So this is why I'm here to do this and open your eyes and tell you, don't take these Muslims' advices. The way they treat insane people, mentally challenged, the way they misbehave. Please, you don't want molesters, you don't want pedophiles. You don't want to increase pedophiles in your country. with the Sharia law, and 4 wives you can marry and not bother about the first wife goes insane, so what? I will marry another one. Or even, I mean, I can afford to marry a second wife that I feel attracted to, another woman, make her my wife. Marry one of my mother's choice, like my mother wants me to get married to a cousin, her niece, marry her. I will get married to my own choice, whereas Zainab had no choice. But these men can have choices, Muslim men, to marry whom they like. And then, later on, oh no, I found another attractive woman, so let me marry. And not only a hypocrite, but this man is not after pious women. He's after attractive, charming, beautiful women, not lawful. Now God stops him here. Not lawful to you, O Muhammad, are any additional women after this, nor is it for you to exchange them for other wives. Even if their beauty were to please you, are you pleasing God or are you pleasing yourself with their beauty? But accept what your right hand possesses, meaning you can get married to these beautiful, whoever you find beautiful, after having married Zainab bin Jash, destroying. I mean, you gave a bad choice to Zaid to marry Zainab bin Jash. She couldn't get along with her status was that she was a proud Quraysh widow. He made her marry, he forced her. He obey Allah and obey the messenger. He's a cult leader. He's a devil of a devil. Not lawful to you, O Muhammad, are additional women. See, beauty were to please you, even if God knows he's going after women. God knows which God, but as now, why would not lawful to you, O Muhammad, are any additional women after this? Now God has set a limit on him. Even if their beauty, for you to exchange them for other wives. Even so, if he divorces some, he has to marry another one, exchange them. This means exchange of wives. What is this? He would want, the wife that he has divorced. He's such a mad man. He's a psycho. He wants he wants exchange women. This is not even divorce. Like you divorce a wife, now you've lost. See, from 10, you've less one. He doesn't want less one. He wants someone else to come in her place. He's a big tyrant. You see, exchange wives. See, note, गौर करें, note exchange. He doesn't want, he's got 10 beds. He doesn't want one empty bed, one less. You please give me a better wife. I've just divorced this wife. Aisha was annoying me. Hafsa was annoying me. Give me 2 better wives. In exchange, I'll divorce these. This is what it is. It means God has not put divorce here. God has put exchange. He can't have it. If he divorces 2 less wives, he cannot bear that loss. He wants better wives. Please, someone get me 2 better wives in place of the ones I've divorced. Noteworthy exchange, not divorce. Yani you divorce them or you exchange them. Give me better wives, I'll give you these bad ones. Please, your religious scholars and these kind of Muslims who come here, they want you to follow this filth, this tyrant, this unjust tyrant, egocentric, you know, tyranny in him. Exchange them for other wives. So the moment he's wanting to divorce, it takes a few months. Idda for the women. Please send me 2 women I can marry so they can take the place of these 2 wives. Exchange. It's not divorce. And even if the beauty were to please you, the beauty can, what is God indicating here? The beauty can please Muhammad when those Muslim moments are only to please Allah, we are told. What a hypocrite! What a hypocrite. We were told, let your religion, oh, this religion, exclusively pleasing Allah. It's for the, nothing in this world should be pleasing to you. No worldly thing, no material thing should be pleasing you. It should be what pleases Allah, right? But even if the beauty were to please you, we were told in hadiths, he's marrying Zainab bin Josh, his heart turns. Now he finds her attractive. Another man's wife, or what he did to Zainab bin Josh, I don't know. You know how Muslims sometimes, men, they're attracted to others. And there we are told in keep your eyes low, even for men. That's their hijab, right? Keep your eyes low. For men, that hijab, that covering. Oh Muslims, oh Mu'min, men, keep your eyes, believers, men. But here, even if the beauty were to please you, he's enjoying women for the beauty, pleasing himself. Please you, not Allah. Shouldn't he be living for Allah? What pleases Allah? He's a hypocrite. I've caught him. And this is in my videos, but these Muslims come and they try to distract so that the truth will not reach you about Muhammad being a hypocrite. What a liar. Do you see this? He's told the Muslims, you only marry 4, but you won't be able to do it justice. Allah tells me. And it tells us in the Quran. What happens? You only marry 1, better, right? Then he can marry and delay whom he likes. He's marrying as much as possible, as much as he likes. But now Allah has put a, finally after he's married to Zainab bin Josh, I was told, this verse comes down. Not lawful to you, O Muhammad, are women after this. Nor is it for you to exchange them for other wives, even if their beauty were to please you, except what your right hand possesses. Now, I mean, this God is left open for him. तुम्हारी मिल्कियत है It's your property. Mistress. The Sunnis call them slave girls. Slave girls, mistresses, whatever you get from the spoils of war. Pleases whom? Even if the beauty were to please you. Why is God saying this to him? Because the beauty was pleasing to him. He was marrying Safiya bint Huway, very beautiful Jewish lady. Which one's husband he killed? Jawaria, Safiya, her father he killed. The whole tribe he killed. The Jewish tribe, Bani Qurayza, and Jawaria's tribe. Then he freed some of, I don't know how. He's going after women, beauty, beautiful women. You see here, God is addressing Muhammad. But now, even if it means, you know what it means? Even if the beauty were to please you, meaning now you can no more have additional women after this. Women or wives? Is it, let's see, wives, I think. Huh? النساء. Marry women. For you, النساء. Women after this. God knows what he's doing, marrying. They should be called marry women, have sojas, have wives after this. It's for you to exchange them for other wives. Other wives. Exchange them for. Zaid had to give him his wife. Acha, maybe it means that. Because Zainab bin Josh was beautiful. See, even the Shia religious scholars I've challenged. What are Sunnis? Sunni religious scholars for me. Very, very bad man. Hypocrite. Going around and telling the believers you will get to 72. This is a test, like this Muhammad Kabir and all they've said here. It is a test. But your prophet was enjoying pleasing himself with beautiful women, marrying beautiful women, killing their husbands, fathers, brothers, the whole tribes, finishing them. What your ulamas would not tell you, your religious scholars have kept from you. Ibn Ishaq has written what Muhammad did to the Bani Qurayza Jewish tribe and the Banu Nadir tribe, and how he got you can marry the married women. Surah Nisa, ayat 24, I think. So, this is what these miscreants would also like you not to know about Muhammad. So, if no matter how I show you from the Quran ayats and this religion is increasing, this means, according to the Quran ayat itself, that majority are not believers. Majority of them are disbelievers. So it's going against the Quran ayat itself, right? if suppose the Muslims are increasing, then this false majority of people will not believe. That's why we Shias used to say, they see, the Quran says this, and the Shias are in minority. The Sunni Muslims are in majority. So look, it's true. But since the Sunnis have been in, and most of the people, although you strive for it, are not believers. And most of the people, although you strive for it, are not believers. But this is Sahih International. I had picked, you will not believe. You see, however ardently thou dost desire it, yet no faith will the greater part of mankind have. Greater part of mankind. So this means as the Muslims are increasing, growing in the world, this means this is a false religion. According to this ayat, Surah Yusuf, ayat 103, and most of the people, and majority of people meaning, although you strive for it, are not believers. Pictorial translation. And though thou try much, most men will not believe. I read Yusuf Ali, Shakir, let's get a very, and most men will not believe though you desire it eagerly. And if this Islam is the fastest growing religion, according to this ayat, it is a false religion because it has said that most will not believe. And it stands true for all times, all eras. And it should stand true for modern times. If Islam is the growing religion, this means that people are leaving as we are striving to show you the truth. And most of you are increasing in disbelief, in falsehood, in hypocrite. These are the times from Dajjal started 1400 years ago. Meaning we will be crushed under these Dajjals, this false religion, this hypocrite messenger who goes pleasing himself, going after beautiful women. He's broken the marriage of Zaid and Zainab. Married Zainab bin Josh, his adopted son's wife. Allah now says, well, he's your brother. What did you do? You erred, but anyways, your heart was good. You meant good by practicing that pagan Arab custom, which is what? Which is, it's not right. Biologically, it's not right. He's not your son. And another thing is that I need some good people to join me. I have been brainstorming about how to, get these Pakistanis. Now it's worse. In Britain, they feel they're above the law. No one can stop them. Uh, Naeen Punjabi, Shanaz. Uh, this is how they can damage houses using wastas, using the power, I don't even know Naeem's family, but I can guess that he's from Nawaz Sharif because they bribed Mutahar, my aunt, and got her married to. She was very worried for her marriage because she had polio. Her foot got to her one foot. So she was talking to Shanaz. I think they planned this setup to ruin people's lives, damage mine. They were very jealous of me, and they have been for a long time. Now, how do we get such people? Now, even the British police, had to, like, in Britain, these Muslims, they feel, and in America, a name Punjabi, he could be, God knows what doing. When they can do it in Britain and use bad words and push the police officer. First time I've seen this. It's such a shame. London, oh, maybe go where there are no Pakistani Muslims. Thank you. I will continue later.